Oh, sorry. Ash and I are just practicing our etiquette now. We need it, that's for sure. Welcome back to Studio One.
Now, summer is upon us, and for many that can only mean one thing: behaving beastly at the airport, on the private jet, and at the Harper Club.
A little insight into Ash's summer holidays just around the corner then. With that in mind, pay attention and be on your best behaviour right now as we look at the do's and the don'ts of travel etiquette with the one and only Balsam Al-Khalil. Thank you so much indeed for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Travel etiquette, a guide for the modern traveller by your good self, which is perfect because I need some advice. Last week I was on a plane and I had an elbow fight with a person next to me. So who owns the elbow rest between two chairs on the plane?
So I'm not the only one who behaves beastly in a plane.
Oh, don't worry about that. I can do mine. I'm going to give it the old elbow.
Okay, the best tip I can give you is never argue with the fellow passenger, because you'll end up having a fight, argument, and a big thing on the plane. If you have issues, call one of the cabin crew, make your remark, and let them speak to the passenger, whatever is the issue.
Now, Balsam, tell me a little bit about your book. I mean, what can you call this? A little mini guide, travel etiquette,
it's
a guide for modern travel.
It's a pocket-sized thing. It's about travel, so it's meant to be in your pocket all the time, to give you tips and guide you all the way through, from the moment you plan your travel till the when you reach the other destination. It's all about being practical. It's all about being light, good-mannered, and making life easier for you and the fellow passengers.
And who's this on the front? This is Miss B,
This is Miss B. This represents me. And this book is put in a humorous way. You know, when you're telling people etiquette, they tend to think that you're like teaching them, and they won't like to you know, behave in a way that we don't know. So Miss B is a very cute person. She's meant to tell you things in a very humorous way, and you see her in different like having...
Oh, I love the coat she's wearing.
The coat. That's a very nice page actually about dressing in layers. You know, all of us make the mistake of dressing wrongly when we're traveling, and I think that if you dress in a proper way, you end up being feeling okay, and everybody else feels okay, because when you're tired or when you're not comfy, it would be reflected on others.
I agree with you, because a lot of people they travel and they dress according to the weather which is outside the airport, and they don't realize that the aircraft might actually be freezing cold. So I really believe it's important to layer up. Is that one of the tips you provide?
This is one of the tips on a later stage, but I start with the very beginning and saying check the weather, the culture, the you know, place of destination. So that will help you to pack if it is hot or cold, to know what to pack, because especially women, we tend to overpack, and we always end up shopping and having overweight and fighting on the way back. So it starts with this actually. Packing after checking, you know, the weather and everything else related.
In terms of tips on the plane, because that's usually, obviously you can sort of skirt issues when you're getting onto a plane or when you're getting off a plane, but when you're on and you're stuck there for a few hours with somebody you've never met before, more likely, or maybe somebody in front as well. So your advice is to not fall out with your fellow passengers, is that right?
No, what happens is that so many passengers tend to like start a conversation. They want to pass time. They're bored. They don't have a book with them. They don't want to watch a movie. So basically they start, where are you from? And that's kind of conversation. While you're tired, you know, having a connected flight or anything. So basically the best thing is to
pretend you don't understand them.
If you want to, but you'll end up caught up if you're filling the boarding pass or something. They can see your passport, so they can tell that you speak the language. I think the best thing is that to excuse yourself. We're talking about etiquette, so being delicate is very important. To excuse yourself, sorry, I'm tired, I think I'll take a nap, or yeah, nice meeting you, and then you just put your headphone and watch a movie. And if you have any issues, this is what I concentrate on: never argue with the passenger. Just, you know, call the cabin crew, raise the issue, let them deal with it. Some of them tend to be really, you know, bad-mannered.
Now, I think one of the easiest ways to get in trouble with your fellow passengers is when you have kids, and especially if there's a crying baby in the aircraft. How can you manage kids when you're traveling?
First of all, one of the tips I give, and I've noticed since I travel a lot, is if you can control the time of travel, never travel in the morning. In the morning, your kid is hyper, happy, slept all night, he wants to play, so you can't really control that. If you can travel at night, if you pre-order his meal, if you have his gadgets with you, he eats, he plays, he sleeps, and then everybody is happy.
Or just sedate them. Joking.
Oh my God. You're bad, Ash.
The opinions you hear on the shows are those of the presenters, and the presenters are here, okay? Listen, etiquette is something that you're a master of. It's something you understand a lot. It's something that a lot of people sort of think about bygone years as well. It's something that, you know, those traditions, these good manners have sort of changed with time. But is etiquette evolving with us at the moment?
Absolutely. The problem is that people get mistaken. They think that etiquette is all about how to use knife and fork. We're talking about modern etiquette. Life continues and things have changed, and the things, I mean, we study the stiff system, but things evolve, and this is one of the things I hope that I can contribute to. This is one of the things I've started. On the process of obtaining a master's in protocol, and then I'll add my spices to it. So hopefully we'll have another book soon.
Balsam, tell us where we can find this book.
It's available in UAE and in Lebanon. In Lebanon is available everywhere. In UAE is available at all source outlets, and soon in Dubai duty free, and you can get it through Amazon.com also.
Fantastic. Thank you so much for joining us on the show and giving us some really interesting and useful tips for travel etiquette. If you'd like to find out more about Balsam or the book, log on to our Facebook fan page, facebook.com/Studio One Live. And I was obviously kidding about the sedating part. I think you shouldn't bring kids at all. That's the real advice.
We really need to go to a break now. Call the lawyers, please, quick.
After this.